Oh, it's got a balcony. Today's apartment is a 10 out of 10. That's right, it's got everything it needs to be great. But because of the location, it's just not a place that's gonna work for everyone. And that's because it's in the West Village where everything is just super expensive. And super inconvenient. The issue is that none of these trains go from east to west, so that means we're gonna walk. This is so cool. We are in an amazing one-bedroom apartment in the heart of the West Village, just off 7th Avenue South. And this apartment is really cool because it's been fully renovated. It has a balcony and it has every appliance that it needs to be super convenient and easy to live in. Let me show you around. So the front door of the apartment is behind me, right here, and this is the bedroom. And when you walk in, you walk through the kitchen and into the living room, which just gets a ton of sunlight. And that's for two reasons. The first reason is because it's got really big windows, and the second reason is because the balcony is attached to the living room, and one of the windows is the door that leads to the living room. So there's a lot of light in this room. It's got really cool character features like this fireplace and this brick wall and all of this trim that you see running along the ceiling. There is a lot of character here and it just feels so homey and just so classic. This living room is awesome. I'd probably put my couch in this area here, and you've got plenty of space here for a coffee table, and then I'd probably put the TV on top of the fireplace. So because this apartment's in the West Village where space is just at an all-time premium, you're gonna notice a lot of choices that were made by the property manager, which were really smart. So for example, there's an AC up here above the door that leads to the balcony, and that's great because you don't have to block off the window in this room with an air conditioner. You can always open the window and open the door and vent the space out so it's nice and fresh all the time. You're also gonna notice a really nice closet off to this side of the living room that's got overhead storage and would probably make a great coat closet. Check out the balcony. Now, although this balcony doesn't have the view that you'd expect because there's a building right behind the building that we're in, there is a really good view in this direction, and behind me, you can actually see 7th Avenue South. It's also not exactly the biggest balcony in the world either, but there is room for a small table and a chair, and you could really make this a comfortable place to hang out, chat with your friends, or watch Netflix. The balcony and the living room work really well together and just make this apartment super comfortable and super relaxing in a way that most one bedrooms just can't be because they don't have their own private outdoor space. Guests and friends would really love hanging out here just because you've got the living room with the balcony right off to the side and the kitchen right off to the side of the living room. The whole area just works really well and would be super convenient. You could get drinks from the fridge, you could go outside, you could hang out. It's an awesome room to spend time in, and the person that rents this is gonna have an environment here that's a lot different than what they'd get in other parts of town because this neighborhood is just so chill and so relaxing, and because this apartment offers so much in the way of comfort. All right, balcony, living room, no complaints. Awesome. Let's take a look at the kitchen. So the kitchen is actually the first room that you walk into when you enter the apartment, and it separates the bedroom from the living room. Now, I already mentioned that here in the West Village, things are really expensive, and you can't waste any of the space in the apartment when you're renovating it. And whoever set up this apartment and did this kitchen did an excellent job, because they were able to fit in so many appliances in a space that's not the largest. All right, so first we've got the microwave, and below that we've got the stove. Then we've got the dishwasher, and I think this is the wine cooler. I don't drink much wine, so I could probably put other things in there that might not fit in the fridge, which is right here, and is also full size. There's one drawer here that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This one, it's kind of weird. It pulls out at eye level, and I'd have to like look up to see what's inside. So this one, I don't know how much use I'd get out of it, but everything else here makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad there's a ton of storage space. And you can really see these cabinets, even over the refrigerator, they put cabinets everywhere they could so that they wouldn't waste any of the space in this apartment. And even though this one's pretty high up and I can't easily reach it, it's still useful because I could put things there that I don't use all the time. There's an overhead storage spot above the bathroom, and there's another one that's above the washer and dryer. Those would be great places to put things like luggage or suitcases that might take up a lot of space if you were to put them on the floor of a closet. Those would go great in a spot like this up here. This definitely isn't the largest kitchen, but there are a lot of smart choices that were made when it was put together, and everything that you need is here. All right, so that's the kitchen. Let's go take a look at the bedroom. Compared to the rest of the apartment, this bedroom, it's big, it fits a queen size bed, but it's not the most exciting room here. However, it does have everything it needs. I think that the main thing that makes it a little bit less exciting than the other rooms is that the view really isn't that great. There's another building right on the other side of this window. That's no one's fault. This is just where the room is located, and there's a window here and it has to look out onto something. And in New York, buildings are tightly packed together. Since there's a building right on the other side of this, you can't really improve the view, and it is what it is. But there is a ton of closet space in this room with overhead storage, which is awesome. I'm a super big fan of overhead storage. And there's a lot of nice little details that continue from the living room into this bedroom. Another good thing about this room is that it's a nice shape. You could put your bed any way you want, as long as it's not right up against the closet. And no matter how you decide to put your bed, there's gonna be room for a nightstand as well. Let's take a closer look at the closet. Where would I hang stuff? Where would I put stuff? All right, so this is cool. We've got the overhead storage that I already mentioned. There's a top shelf here, there's a middle shelf, and there's a bar right here so you can hang stuff like suits, pants, dresses. The doors to the closet are sliding doors, which was probably done so that space could be saved. A door that opens up would be a little bit more convenient because you could open up the entire closet at once, but this was done to make the room feel bigger, and at the end of the day, because we're in the West Village, I think that's the right choice for an apartment here where space is something that you don't want to waste. So far, we're doing okay. I don't have any major complaints about this apartment. Let's see the bathroom. This is great. It's well lit and there are lots of mirrors. Surprisingly, this bathroom is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. There's plenty of room to move around in here, and there's also a window, which is awesome. It's got a full-size tub, and the sink and the other finishes in here are really nice and are super premium, and they match the overall feel of this apartment. You definitely can feel that whoever made this wanted to do a nice job and make it look nice, and they really did. Let's see here, we got a medicine cabinet with mirrors inside the medicine cabinet. Here's the sink, high-end faucet, high-end sink. Everything here is really nice. Is this storage? Does this open? Yep, it does open. Okay, so there's storage underneath the sink. The medicine cabinet's pretty large. So far, really good. Above the toilet, there's a little shelf here. This looks like a great place for like an oil diffuser or a small plant. And it's nice that they thought of things like a rack for a hand towel and a towel rack. One of the most annoying things ever is when you see a bathroom that's really nice like this and has like this super nice tile against the wall, but it doesn't have like a towel rack or a rack for a hand towel. It's just so annoying when you see that, because it means that you'd have to drill into it and set it up yourself or get professional help to do that so that you don't lose your security deposit. But I'm glad that everything that this bathroom needs to be functional and convenient is here. It's also got a nice big tub, and there are some spots to store things like shampoo and soap on the side. Okay, so when we started off this video, I mentioned that this apartment might not work for everyone. So let's go over some of the drawbacks. There's a lot to love about this place, but I think that the main drawback that it has is that it's really only suited for one person. And the reason that I say that is because the closet space is great if you're here by yourself, but for a couple, it might be really difficult to store things and to share this apartment because at the end of the day, there's just not a lot of room here. It fits a queen size bed, yes. The living room setup is really large, yes. But without that storage space for you and your partner to hang things and live comfortably, it just might be kind of difficult. The space is already so maxed out that there's not room for like a dresser or a bureau from IKEA that you could set up. And the closets that are here are limited to just one in the living room, which is probably better off as a coat closet, and one in the bedroom. If you were a couple and you were living here, you could use this closet right behind me as one person's closet, and the other person's closet would be in the bedroom. Good luck arguing over that. The other drawback is that even though this apartment is really nice and is in an awesome downtown location, it's not the most convenient location. The subways that you can take from here are limited to the red line and the blue line, and those are great lines if you only need to be on the west side. But other than that, it's not super convenient. If you have to go to the east side in any way, or you have to go to Brooklyn, or you have to go to Queens, you're looking at a really long commute to get there. So traveling to the east side or to outer boroughs or uptown is gonna be a little bit challenging. That's probably not gonna matter to whoever rents this because we're in a great neighborhood. The West Village is very laid back, very relaxing, very calm. It's not as edgy as the East Village is for sure. And there's tons of local cafes and shops that are unique to this area that are all around the apartment that we're at right now. But again, the reason that it's small and kind of expensive is because of this. What you see around me is the whole reason that people want to live in the West Village to begin with, and that's why it's so expensive. I mean, just look around. This is a gorgeous, classic New York neighborhood, which is unlike anywhere else downtown, and that's why these apartments are as expensive as they are and why they rent even though one bedrooms are around $4,000 a month. So I'm curious, what do you think about this apartment? Is this worth $4,000 a month of your money? And am I wrong in saying that it might just be tough for a couple to live there? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you're not a subscriber, now is a great time to subscribe, and I will see you very soon in the next video.